What's up, guys? It's me again, the me you don't know, but that shouldn't matter for you to enjoy good stories. So, let's get on with the show now, shall we? So, last we left off, I was at the beginning of the sports festival, right? Right. And it was I ended it on Bakugo's speech, right? And everyone's hating going class 1A now. And might be repeating myself here. So I really don't know. But anyways, Jules, she was like talking to Deku, trying to get him to help her, cause like she had like just crouched down and started talking to her shadow, and everyone's looking at her like she's crazy because the race is about to start, and she's like, she looks like she doesn't want to participate. She looks like she's sulking a bit. That's what she looks like. And she's just like crouched down talking to herself as everyone else sees it. And you know, June and May can't really see Deku, but they know he's there and she's talking to him. But like their conversation um goes a bit longer than planned, as Deku is like constantly denying to help her, because like she's asking if he could just like teleport her to the finish line, and he's like, "No, you should win with your own power and not borrow it." But Jules is like persistent about asking him to help, and that's when June like taps her on the shoulder and is like, maybe you should, cause but Jules isn't listening to June as she like cuts June off and continues to speak to Deku, and June just sighs, and May is just like not really paying much attention. And she's just there following her sister around, cause like what else is there for her to do? And honestly, May just like, nah, I'm gonna just change this a little bit. May is in the stand. She is watching the event happen. She's not gonna participate in any way. So she's just in the crowd of people watching. As it's just June and Deku there. Deku's not really doing anything either. So basically, it's just June. As she's trying to get Jules' attention, but she is not paying attention, like, for real. And that's when Deku notices that June is trying to get Jules' attention. And he's all like, the race started, by the way. And Jules just looks up and is like, huh? Huh? What? What? And she's like, oh my god, why didn't you say anything? Now I gotta hurry. And she's like, she was standing there for a good minute. And she just like bolts through the gate. And like, there's still a little bit of ice there and it's slippery. And you know President Mike is just gonna yell out, and it's a late start for our Class 1As. Jules, and Aizawa just like hits him on the head because Jules had like asked them not to say her last name because it could cause problems. As you know, as Aizawa's like, she specifically requested us not to say her last name, and you were about to say it. And President Light is like, ow, my bad, dude, calm down. But what took her so long to start running anyway? As Aizawa just says, seems like she was lost in thought. As President Mike is all like, okay, well, let's see who's in first right now. As it's Todoroki, of course. But Bakugo is like right behind him, which is a good question. How is Todoroki like actually faster than Bakugo? Cause Bakugo is like flying, and Todoroki is just running. So does Todoroki run faster than a flying Bakugo? Questions that need to be answered. And Todoroki doesn't start using his ice until he gets to the minefields. No, he uses the ice on the at the canyon. He like slides on the ropes, and that's about it. Um, Getting off track here. This is about Jules and Deku. More about Jules at the moment, though. But Jules starts running through the gate, right? When she gets to like where the robots were destroyed, she's like panting really hard, cause like she ain't used to running that much, and she ain't got that much stamina apparently. And she's like physically exhausted. She's like hunched over, panting and breathe, trying to catch her breath. As June just like she's like just there, and she's like, are you serious right now? How are you this tired already?" And Jules is like, I can't, I can't. I just, I just, I'm just out of energy already. I never ran so far in my life. And Deku just like mentions, why don't you summon your phoenix? As just like she's shocked at herself for forgetting that she has other summons. She can summon a phoenix. And she even forgot about the shadow monkey. I mean, like, it has the same skill Deku does. But anyways, because Deku suggested the phoenix, she summoned the phoenix. And everyone's surprised that this giant bird just appeared out of nowhere, and Jules is riding on it now. And that's when June just like turns around and goes back to the entrance, because that's where everyone's gonna turn up anyways, right? So like there's no point for her to race really. So, and did I mention how fast this phoenix is? Because it's like super fast, as it just like flies over everything. And excuse me, every video I just burped. What is with that? Anyway, when Jules is flying around, she is flying really fast. When Todoroki and Bakugo get like right past the minefield, is like when Jules just appear on the Phoenix and just like passes them at the last second. As she won. She won somehow. It's just the exact same like scores. Like, oh my god. But it was like even closer in this one because she had such a late start. But I mean, like, she caught up and she won. She wasn't expecting to win, but she won. As you know, the phoenix like shrinks down. It well, doesn't like shrink down to its smallest form, but it becomes like the size of an ostrich maybe. As it just like starts dancing, it does a little dance, saying like, I'm hot. And you know, Deku, with his special skill, comprehend languages, understands this freaking bird and just starts laughing his ass off as he's like saying really funny stuff like, ain't nobody faster than me. Kick that, engine legs. and Deku is just like laughing. He can't control himself because it's funny to him as Jules kind of jealous that he can understand this bird as she's basically crouched down speaking to Deku again. And June, she pretty much left the arena and is in the stands with her sister as they're just going to be watching now. And so it's just Deku that is there with Jules. So Jules completely unaware that what winning did for her. Because the next event, she's like completely unaware of what's going on, and she's just focused on talking to Deku, and she needs to stay alert. Cause like for real though. So when the next event is getting ready to start, it's when uh what's her name? Mei Hatsune. I have to be specific because I named another character Mei. Oh, why did I do that? Anyways, that's when Mei, the support girl, gives Jules a tap on the shoulder, and Jules completely shocked and is like, what do you want? Who are you? As Mei is like, can I be part of your team? Yeah, and you know, she basically like says the same stuff as she does in the anime, but you know, like I suck at conversations. I can't do it very good. But anyways, there's like a minute left and Jules is just now realizing that the next event is starting and it's some sort of team competition thing and she ain't got much time to like form a team as the teams are pretty much already set. But um she gets the help of Uraraka and Dark Shadow as like those were like the only two that weren't part of a team. So like Hey, same teams. So, plus the addition of Deku. So, but Deku's not really, excuse me, a part of anything. He's just along for the ride. And so, when it starts, Jules is the horse, of course. The rider. My bad. The rider. She's the rider. She's the one on top. God, why did that sound weird? Oh my god. Anyways, everyone starts trying to attack Jules because they saw how weak she was. I mean, it's not like she was weak. It's just that like she don't have that much stamina. So there's no way she can avoid being like protecting her headband. Uh, yeah, words. God. Okay. So Jules had the same plan as Deku did in canon, which is to run away and use that jetpack she got from May to fly. But then she remembers yet again that she can just summon the Phoenix. And she summons the Phoenix while they're in the air. And they just land on the Phoenix. And they just stay in the air the whole time. Bakugo does try to attack them. But the Phoenix just pretty much absorbs his explosions as they're like nothing to the Phoenix. And the Phoenix just throws some fire at him. And after the Phoenix had did that, Jules gave her little Phoenix a backstroke. Like just rubbing the back of the bird, man. Just saying good job and everything. Like, good boy. Or good girl. I don't know what gender this bird is, okay? But but anyway, they protect their million points. And so on to the next event. The tournament. As it's Jules versus Shinso. And Jules like actually like falls for Shinso's trick and she speaks to him and Shinso tells her to walk out, but that's when Deku actually does something for once. As he just like pops out of her shadow and just like give her a little chop on the head. And she just like crouches down and holds her head like, ow, 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 ow. Why did you do that? And she's like, oh, I'm back to normal. And Shinso's like, huh, what? What is that? Who are you? Cheat. I call cheats. Interference. He interfered as Jules like, no, 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 he's part of my quirk. As she says that while looking away. Because, I mean, like, what she has ain't a quirk, but she's playing it off as one, and he is like part of her power. So I mean, like she's kind of justified in saying he's part of her quirk, even though he's his own person. He's like, and Deku is like, yeah, bye. As he just jumps back in the shadow, and Jules like still crouching down, holding her head, and it's like, you're seriously just gonna leave me? You're not gonna help deal with this guy? What if I become mind controlled again? And Deku is just like, keep your mouth shut then. And Jules is like covering her mouth now. And she turns to Shinso, and honestly, they're like equally matched. And like hand to hand combat, she has low stamina. She don't have that much stamina. So Shinso's kinda winning, but then she like realizes that like she got things she can summon, so why doesn't she just summon them? And it's cause she gotten used to these guys just being around, and she's like, she forgets that she can just summon other things. She wouldn't really need to if these guys would just help her out, right? But still. So she pulls out um the shadow monkey. No, she wouldn't pull out the shadow. She pull out the hypnotizing snake, as she would try to use it to hypnotize hip hypnotize Shinso, and it actually works. And so he's like just standing still, and so she pretty much just like grabs Shinso by the hand and just like walks him out of bounds pretty much. And so Shinso's out of bounds, and Jules win. Woo! What a long battle that was. Am I right? What a terrible battle. Am I right? So let's just skip on to the fight with Todoroki, as he still hate his father, doesn't want to use his fire. So what Jules end up doing, she's gonna be just like Deku, how he was in canon. And she summons the Firefox. She summons the Firefox, as it turns into fire and wraps around Jules, and she just throws fire at Todoroki's ice, as she's just burning his ice away, as Jules is like taunting Todoroki, like, you're gonna have to do better than that if you wanna win. And she got like really cocky, man. She's acting really cocky, like can't no one beat her right now. But honestly, she can't even get close to the guy to be able to push him out. And she's just like taunting Todoroki to come in close, cause that's the only way he gonna win. Cause throwing these long attacks ain't reaching her, and honestly, they're kind of at a stalemate because she's trying to get closer to him, and he just throws ice at her, and she has to stop to melt the ice because she too slow to dodge it. So, and when he does that, he pretty much just gains distance, and like they just keep doing this as it's pretty much a battle of will, I want to say. But no, no, it's a battle of stamina. And you know, she ain't got that much, so she's huffing and puffing, but she's still going strong. And she's pretty much pushing herself. And she's just saying, Todoroki, use your fire. Use your fire as she passes out. And that's when Deku would just pop up out of the shadow and catch her. And technically, she's not out the running yet because Deku's there. But yeah, so Deku just like lays her down on the concrete of the arena. She's still in the fight, even though she's passed out. They're continuing the match because there's Deku is there, and in the last match, they pretty much confirmed that he is indeed part of her quirk. Say that in quotation marks. Quirk. He's part of her quirk. So, anyways, Deku, he's pretty mad at Todoroki as he's like, why won't you use your full power? Are you are you that confident in yourself that you could win without using your full strength? Can't you see she's fighting with everything she has? Why won't you fight with everything you have? You think this is just some game that you can win with only 50% of your power? Wake up, Todoroki. Not everything's gonna go your way using only half your power. As and he says some more cruel things, but you know, I suck at this kind of stuff, so it's getting under Todoroki's skin. As he's just angry right now. But both of them just angry right now, and Todoroki is like flaring up, just fire coming out. Endeavor, he says what he says, but Todoroki can't hear him. He's too enraged at Deku right now, as he's just like erupting in fire and just ice coming off of him, as he's just like, yeah. And so Deku, he gets in this little battle stance, and you just see blue sparks just flying off of him, and and just just like a big shadow is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a hmm, not scratch that. There's just the blue sparks popping off of Deku as he's charging up an attack. And Todoroki is like also flaring up with all this fire. And they both launch it at the same time. And just a big explosion. Just like in the canon. In canon. Yeah. And Cementos popped up that wall trying to stop them. Because they don't know what Deku can do. They really don't know what Deku can do. they're actually scared of him because Jesus, dude, just wearing all black. You can't even see his face or his hair. Is everything's just all black and like and so after big explosion happened, both of them still in the ring. Deku did jump at Todoroki, but a wall came out of nowhere and Deku just like backed off, and so Todoroki ice and fire just blew up the wall, and Deku was just like having none of it as he jumped to jumped to Jules and just like protected her, basically pulled out a shadow wall or shadow barrier, pretty much like just a dome of shadow. Like once all the smoke clears, everyone just sees like a dome, a black dome. As it's just Deku protecting Jules, pretty much. Because I mean, like that was a big explosion. I mean, people in the crowds got hit by rocks. I mean, like, eh, great move there, Cementos, who just sent rocks flying to the audience. But anyways, the fight's still going on. Neither one of them out the ring. As Todoroki is like huffing and puffing, like his shirt is pretty much destroyed, and Todoroki's waiting for the smoke to clear so he can see what's going on. And that's when Deku just gives him a little tap on the shoulder, and Todoroki would try to swing at him, but excuse me. But Deku would just like dodge. He would like crouch down and kick Todoroki's feet and send him like face first into the cement. And Deku would just kick him on the side of his gut and send him flying out the ring. And Deku was like, that should put you in your place. And that's when Deku would walk back to Jules, pick her up bridal style, and just disappear. As they really don't know if they should give the win to Jules or not because she wasn't conscious during it. But her quirk was kept on going, and they're like wondering, is that really even a quirk? Is th- is that when Dark Shadow would actually like vouch for them? Cause like he has a conscious quirk. His quirk has a conscience. I can't speak, guys. Oh, forgive me. As Dark Shadow would actually vouch for them. As and so they would count the win to Jules, cause Dark Shadow being a real G, man. But anyways, what's the next battle? Oh, it'll be Jules versus Ida, right? No, yeah, it'll be Jules versus Ida, and you know how this turns out. No, not really, but Jules, knowing that he is a freaking fast boy, will be trying to slow him down. So what Jules does is summon the Arctic fox, actually. Ooh, there's a fire fox and there's an Arctic fox. There's pretty much the same kind of fox, but different power. You know, as this fox turns into ice and it wraps around Jules, and she would just like punch the ground, like right under her, and it would turn the whole arena to ice. As that was slow Ida down, hopefully, as he's pretty much like slipping on ice at this point, and he can't really like go in a straight line because he's just like tripping. He can't really go that fast either. So this is what Ida does. He gets into like this really weird stance, like he kneels over and he like sticks one leg out and like one hand out, like you know. So he got one knee on the ground and he got one leg like pointing out and his hand is like reaching out. I don't know how to describe this, but it's a weird pose, I must say. As he then like uses his jet engines and he's like he like turned himself into a sled kinda. But he can't really steer well while doing that as he just like slides forward basically. And seeing that he's coming at or as Jules see that he's just like coming at her like super fast, she like just she like just punches the ground again and creates more ice. Just like the whole field wasn't the whole arena wasn't covered in ice, but now she just like covered up this certain path that Ida is currently on as like she was like crouched down and Deku was not Deku. Ida is like heading straight forward and he's coming pretty quickly, so like she made an ice path like right behind her, and Ida he ain't really seeing this cuz she's in the way, and he got his full attention on her as he's just like happy she's not moving. And so when he gets like like really close to her, that's when she dodges and Ida goes flying out the ring. That took a lot to say just for to say Ida thing threw himself out the ring basically. So next battle, Jules versus Bakugo. Oh wait, that's really it? Jules versus Bakugo, guys. And Jules thinking about what she can possibly summon. And that's when Deku just like pops out and he's like, "Ooh, I've been waiting for this. Don't worry, Jules. I'll take it from here." As he's like cracking his knuckles, he's cracking his neck, he's stretching, he's getting ready, he's about to body this boy. And Bakugo is like, "Oh, you're sending out that shadow man? Don't worry. I'll I'll blow him up and then I'll blow you up too." As Jules is like, You better know what you're doing. I want to win this. And I want to teach that a-hole a lesson. As Deku is like, sure thing. I'll even let you have the final hit. As Ju as Deku is just like, he ain't planning to send Bakugo out the ring. He's planning to just straight up beat him up. That's basically Deku's game plan. So when it starts, Deku just like appears right in front of Bakugo, and Bakugo sends out an explosion, but Deku like just phases through it, basically. As the explosion just goes straight through him, and it does nothing. And Deku just like kicks this man really hard in his groin. And Bakugo, he on the ground now. And he's weeping in pain. As everyone in the crowd is like, really? That's it? And even Deku, he's like he's like upset that that had ended too quickly. As he's like, are you seriously going to talk all that mess and then just go down in one hit? And Bakugo, he's clenching his fist and he's like, not on your life. As he gets up, but he's a little wobbly. His Bakugo just like starts throwing explosions. You know how he did Kirishima, and he kept throwing explosions at him. That's what he's doing to Deku right now, but it's not doing anything. But Bakugo doesn't know that because he can't see. He's making too much smoke. As he thinks he's hitting Deku, but he's actually hitting nothing. He's just throwing random explosions pretty much. As he's just saying die after each explosion. He's like die, 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 die. And it's just going boom, 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 boom. As even Jules is looking at him kind of weird. As she just like summons the Arctic Fox again, and she just freezes him in place. Like she just freezes his feet, and Bakugo is like, "What the?" And and that's when she herself kicks him in the groin. As this time Bakugo can't even fall down because his feet is stuck to the ground, and he's trying to explode the ice, but it ain't working. As because he's a little too cold right now, and he can't really sweat while he's cold. So his explosions ain't doing that much damage. And God, I just did Bakugo dirty, man. As Bakugo is like, what's going on? Why can't I explode these things? This thing ice. What is this crap made of? And I'm like, oh my god, Bakugo, 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 you look pathetic right now. But anyways, um, they're pretty much just wailing on Bakugo. They're just like ganging up on him pretty much, and they're just like beating the crap out of him. As he's kind of bloody now. Kinda is like an understatement. He's like bleeding badly, as he needs medical attention. That's when they try to stop the fight so they can check up on Bakugo. But then Deku, in the world he has this shadow dimension, right, where he stores all his items. And the beavers and bunnies taught him all these kind of herbs, like he's adept at making medicine and poison, cause they taught him plants and stuff. And so he has a few healing potions on him, as he gives one to Bakugo, as he's healed up perfectly. That's when they're like, what? Everyone is just like shocked that Bakugo is just healed instantly. And you know what that means? They continue beating him up. They beat him up a second time. As Bakugo is knocked out at this point. And they called the match because Bakugo can't do nothing. And Jules wins. Jules won the tournament. Like, God. Why did it take this long just to see? Well, anyway, Bakugo will be out for a, a long while. He's in second place, but he ain't gonna be up to receive his medal or appear on that podium. As Jules is pretty freaking happy, and Deku, he stayed out after that fight. It's like, so like when Jules was up on that podium and she received her medal, that's when because Deku was just standing right beside her. That's when Deku had just like jumped back in her shadow, basically. And everyone then noticed that, like, that's what she was doing at the start of the festival. She was talking to that guy, to her quirk. And so, yeah. Anyways, that's gonna have to do it for this part. God, Lord. I planned on recording something else tonight, but I guess not. This one just took all the time. But anyways, that's gonna have to do it for now. Like if you like, subscribe if you wanna, and comment down below if you enjoyed or not. Cause this was pretty terrible to me, but it is what it is. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.